Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me today. I just wanted to say before I begin speaking that this has been one of my favorite appearances so far as Miss New Jersey. I'm so honored to be a part of this, and you all have instilled such a great sense of community and resilience. So seriously, thank you so much for having me be a part of this today. Thank you, thank you. So I'm here to talk to you a little bit about what it was like for me becoming Miss New Jersey. And it was no easy task. I did not grow up thinking that I was going to be Miss America someday. I was not a pageant girl. I didn't do the toddlers and tiaras bit. I was a dancer though, however. And when I was 15, my dance teacher, she came up to me one day in the dance studio and she said, "Jamie, you're super involved in your community. You have a talent. You're great at speaking. I think that you would benefit from joining the Miss America organization." And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I'm not doing a pageant. So a month goes by and I completely forgot about the conversation. And then the day before the Miss New Jersey pageant that year, she calls me. Her name was Trisha Sloan, and she says, "Jame, I have an extra ticket to the final night of the Miss New Jersey pageant, and you're gonna come with me because I want you to see what this organization is all about." So I'm like, okay, beats sitting at home on a Saturday night, so I went with her. And I was 15 years old, and I sat in the audience of the Miss New Jersey pageant, and I watched the intelligent, the confident, the articulate women on that stage, and I thought to myself, that's the woman I want to be. That's the woman I want to grow into. So I signed up for my very first pageant right after that night. I watched Sierra Kaler-Jones win Miss New Jersey that night, and then I signed up, and I competed that summer. I wasn't quite old enough to compete for Miss New Jersey because I was only 15, but there is an outstanding teen organization. So there's a Miss Teen New Jersey as well. So I signed up for that program. And my first pageant was a disaster. I completely messed up my interview. I messed up a knock-knock joke. They asked me a question about a Miss America. I had no idea who she was. It was not great. I thought I could just go into it and do my best and I would win, and I didn't. But I signed up for another one, and that time I really prepared. I practiced my interview skills. I went out into my community. I formed a platform. I call it Don't Get Nutty Food Allergy Awareness. That's something that's very near and dear to my heart. My younger brother has multiple severe food allergies and anaphylaxis, so that's something that I advocated for. So I worked hard on my platform, I worked hard on my talent, and I really worked hard on my interview because I knew that's what would help me win. And then the next pageant I won. And from that journey on, I never won Miss New Jersey's Outstanding Teen. I competed twice and then I aged out. But from that point on, I learned how important it was to work hard for what you want. So when I was in high school, the theme this year is planting the seeds of greatness. I really worked hard on planting those seeds of greatness within me. I joined as many clubs as possible, and I worked each day to volunteer in my community, to better myself, to better the people around me. I always tried to live by the saying, leave others better than how you found them. And that's something that carried with me when I decided to compete in the Miss New Jersey organization when I was old enough. And my first year was extremely hard for me. I was 17 years old. I was the youngest I could possibly be competing for Miss New Jersey. And that year I was the underdog. Nobody had me in their top 10. There's these online forums, and nobody thought that I would even make it to the final night of the pageant. But I kept instilling those seeds of greatness. I was working hard. I was going to the gym. I was practicing my interview skills. I was working extra hard on my platform. I was doing more things in my community than I had ever done before. And that year I made the top 5 at Miss New Jersey as the youngest contestant there. And then the following year I went off to college. I go to Loyola University, Maryland, and I worked even harder. I volunteered in the Baltimore community. I learned what social justice was. I learned so much about the world around me, and I worked not only to better myself, but to better the world around me. And that year when I went to Miss New Jersey, I believe that the seeds of greatness that I had worked so hard to instill paid off, and that year I won. As I think the second youngest there. Thank you so much. But for me, winning Miss New Jersey was never about bettering myself. It was about what I could do for my community. And when I went to Miss America, I had the honor and the privilege to not only represent myself in all of the work that I had done as Jamie, but as Miss New Jersey, and I was able to represent all of you in the state of Miss New Jersey on the Miss America stage. And that was something that meant the world to me, and I want to let you all know that nothing really worth having in life is going to come easy to you. Becoming Miss New Jersey did not come easy to me. I faced a lot of adversity. There was a lot of people who didn't believe that I could do it. And even after I won, there were people saying that I didn't deserve it. I wasn't ready. I was too young. I didn't look the part. I didn't act the part. My talent wasn't good enough to go to Miss America. And throughout this entire year, I have worked so hard to break what those people thought and to prove them wrong and to be the best Jamie I could be, but to also be the best Miss New Jersey I could possibly be. So it's not about how many times you get knocked down, how many people that don't believe in you, it's about how many times you get back up. So keep instilling those seeds of greatness and keep rising up, and I'm so proud of all of the work that all of you have been doing. Thank you so much for having me today.